So I made a video on this topic, which has made it apparently one of the things that people associate with me, which is so funny because the reason why I made a video on this was not because I was an expert in this. It's not because even my guest was an expert in this. It's just because they had written an article that I wanted to talk to them about on this. So I don't claim to be an expert on what young men want, despite being one of them. But I do have a perspective that I think I've actually developed through the process of really thinking about this issue recently. And it's obviously a confluence of factors. One of the factors that you mentioned is people they want politicians that actually believe in things and authentically care about them. And I think that's just a thing that all Americans want, right? Nobody wants to vote for a politician who has a platform created by consultants. Nobody wants to vote for a politician who doesn't really seem like they believe in anything. They just want a cool title. And the unfortunate reality is a lot of American politicians have been, that way. They've just wanted power. They've had the consultant constructed policy platforms. They haven't had conviction when they've been in office. But in terms of, there's other issues as well that contribute to, young people's preferences generally in elections. But let's talk about an issue that's kind of unique to young men. And that is, I think a lot of young men feel like they're rejected. They're not accepted by people that are more on the left, right? They feel like there's a lot of genuine, like almost universal male characteristics, using kind of edgy jokes, being inappropriate sometimes, right? Guy talk, all these things that are literally almost ubiquitous amongst men. Like almost every man is like there's like a 10% or 20% who's not like this. And those guys, those characteristics are shamed and attacked and frowned upon. And this is less the case today than it was 4 years ago, but it still is the case to a certain extent. Those people are never going to support you if they feel like your cultural group frowns upon them, right? How could you ever support a political institution or political party that you don't feel like accepts you, right? And that's part of the reason why Democrats have succeeded with some groups like LGBTQ people, right? They feel like the Republican Party doesn't accept them. It's like, wait, you didn't really have to do anything else to appeal to the LGBTQ people. All you have to say is like, well, that side doesn't accept you at all, and we do. And so, like, that's one of the worst things that you could do if you want to reach out to a group. And that's the fundamental problem that I think like the Democratic Party needs to solve, not out of place of opportunism, but out of place of genuineness. Young men don't like the idea that the Democrats are going to change the way they treat them just to win their votes, right? That's not a good way to approach politics. You should do everything genuinely. It is bad to tell a huge cohort of the American population that just the natural elements of who they are, the things they do every day, are just bad and unacceptable and they need to change. These are almost immutable characteristics. And so I think that's one of the most important things that needs to be changed. And I think the good news is it is changing already.